You know, sometimes there's times where you just gotta talk about the stupidity about the internet. We're gonna be talking about the situation that happened the other day. Hasan Piker is a well-known streamer. Some think he's famous, some think he's infamous. He's a Twitch streamer, and he talks about politics. He had a situation where he decided to bring a gun to the stream, which is always intriguing to me because there's been several situations where notable to lesser or higher degree streamers or content creators have brought firearms into their videos, whether they be fake or real, go off or not, show neglect, or actually have pretty good, trigger discipline. It all varies, bro. But let's check out this video real quick. This is from Mr. Baldy Clips, or I mean Asmongold Clips.
Just to be clear, if Twitch fails to act on this strongly, then it opens the door for a host of issues legal.
We've reacted to legal mindset a couple times with the situation with the whole Power World situation. Let me adjust this camera real quick. Sorry about that. I'm doing this really quickly. It's 4th of July. I hope you all having a good day. But this is an intriguing topic to me. But I'm not going to go too in depth on it. I'm not an expert by any means. I'm going to keep, a little bit of a disclaimer. Anything I say isn't factual. It's all opinion based because this is dealing with a firearm. And honestly, I don't know all the laws, so I'm going to be on my tippy toes. But I think legal mindset knows quite a bit,
And non-legal. This is what I'm assuming that legal mindset says. By allowing him to do this, effectively Twitch has a pattern of behavior of allowing violent behavior like this to happen.
Which is actually not completely true if you want to... With him, I don't know. But there are a lot of cases you could point to where Twitch has been very direct and very immediately responsive with punishment and banning people, perma-banning. There's been a lot of situations, man, and we're going to point to them later.
On doxes a user while threatening them with a firearm.
Yeah.
He is not banned for this. This opens up this behavior for others. When you read the terms of service, nowhere does it say everyone will be punished except for Hasan. Everyone.
And I'll be the first to say this. There have been situations where, there was a mass, I don't know what verbiage I can use, what verbs and words I can use without getting, pretty much nerfed by the algorithm, because this is a serious topic, and I love... I love the right that we have in America. I do. There are a lot of complications with it, but we're not going to get into that today. But there was a situation, I think it was in Buffalo. If you know what I'm talking about, that happened on Twitch. It was live streamed. I think it might have been streamed somewhere else as well. And I get it. You can't prevent everyone from streaming like that, right? The FBI isn't going to give you their watch list if you're working at Twitch. I mean, you would assume they wouldn't, but There have been a lot of situations to point to before this that you would assume that there would be a lot more punishment, or just punishment in general, and immediately.
Will be banned except for Hasan.
Oh, you found his account?
Today, I'll show you.
Wait, this is the guy?
This wasn't the guy. It is crazy, or it's probably not the whole clip, but the fact that they doxed him, they try to find this guy, it was the wrong guy, he insulted him, threatened the guy. Poor dude, man. He just caught a stray for no reason. He's in Hasan's chat to begin with, but still, that's no reason for him to get threats like this. But I think they did later on find the right guy.
Fuck are you gonna do, bro?
Oh,
you
no.
skinny bitch.
As we explained before,
no.
Hasan didn't even target the right person. And
To be fair, let's look at the trigger discipline right here. Why not, Let's see how consistent it is.
as we explained before,
Okay, it's in frame.
Hasan
doing
didn't
good.
even target the right person.
Yeah, I don't think you should be flaunting guns. I know people that have guns, and all my friends are very, very disciplined with them to begin with. But there have been people out on the clubs and stuff like that I've seen where they want to flex a gun, and they're doing it in a very, very, very. To begin with, flexing it out and about on the streets in public is very irrational. It doesn't make sense to begin with, but still, it's. Yeah, I don't know why you would want to threaten someone with a gun, because that's just immediately trying to escalate things.
And this user actually replied on Twitter saying he had nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Try to fucking put malware in my phone? Is that what you're gonna do? That's not him, it's this. Is waving a gun
I
around?
think honestly the only logical reason I can see why people will be flexing, if you want to consider flexing, I could like play devil's advocate. I could see, like, you know, when there's those riots that happen and people are anticipating their shops or homes or whatever it might be to be broken into, maybe burned or vandalized, you know, stolen from, when it's like a livelihood situation and people want to post up with ARs or just guns in general like it's the fucking purge. I mean, it's probably not the best idea, but it's understandable because they're trying to protect what's theirs. And I mean, they have a right to bear arms in a way as well. I mean, that law was kind of written for militias. If, you know, the government ever became something that was not supposed to be, you know, something that wasn't anticipated by the founding fathers. But, you know, I could see where you could say flexing like that in a very defensive state is reasonable. And if you want to apply that logic to what Hasan's doing, I guess. But is this chatter going to take away his livelihood? He's talking about the threat he said was crazy. I mean, I assume a lot of these people at this, you know, at this scale of communication that you're getting from the chat and other people, outside sources and stuff like that, you're getting threats all the time. And I'm assuming you're kind of used to it at this point. So I don't think it's the greatest threat. I mean, we could point to the situation with Sneeko and Moist Critical, which was fucking hilarious at the time. And I think everyone knew that with, I guess you could say, the threat that Moist Critical had, which was responding directly to Sneeko, who was talking about Watch These Clips, which was actually a magazine, which was so iconic. He's... I don't think anyone thinks that Charlie's going out of his way to say, Sneeko, I'm going to come in, you know, murk you, or whatever you want to say. It was just a huge clapback. But this is like, you're going at a chatter, right? And I'm sure, like, you might not like Hasan, but he probably has to deal with harassment all the fucking time. Now, does his community harass other people? Yeah, probably. Does that mean that he's in wrong for it? I'm not going to say that. A creator is at fault if their community goes fucking crazy. But you're open to your own opinion, right?
On Twitch considered a crime? This is not a real gun. When Moist Critical...
Oh, it's not a real gun. Okay, so we've had it situations. I'm just going to go through this because I have a list of things to point to. There are other notable Twitch gun-related bans. Like a streamer named Keffels once got a short ban for showing a BB gun while making threats. The key was that it was perceived to be as a threat, which I think what Hasan did was a threat, to be fair. Dr. Disrespect, he was banned, but it wasn't because of a gun. Obviously, it was because of the infamous E3 situation that no one really knew about for a very long time. That's how you can see how Twitch takes serious action to big creators, right? When it comes to something like public safety. Is this a public safety issue? I mean, that's up to your interpretation, right? There's a history of streamers flashing airsoft guns or replica guns and catching bans because Twitch treats it the same way if you used a threatening or reckless way. So yeah, I mean, he's saying it's a replica. It's a fake gun.
When Moist Critical did the exact same thing.
The difference is that Charlie brought up a gun. He was explaining the pieces of a gun. He wasn't using it as a threat.
It was educational. It was actually. He was actually correcting him on the wrong verbiage, which is, I always cringe when I see someone trying to flex a gun or just be stupid, especially when you see like party videos and someone's like dancing with the gun and shit like that. It just pisses me off, you know, because there's people that die from stupid accidents, and no one wants anything like that to happen.
Hasan was using it obviously as a threat. It's a totally different context. And also, Twitch isn't YouTube. These people want Twitch to apply all of its rules.
It's a fucking good looking replica though, I'm not gonna lie.
To people that they don't like, but then they want the YouTube level of free reign for things that they do. Like you're
exactly. This whole situation is what annoys me because I tried to stream back in 2020. I wasn't consistent at all. I didn't know I wasn't able to create a good game plan to grow on Twitch or anything like that, right? And I remember I was watching certain smaller creators trying to understand them. And at that point in time, I think it was like 2020, there was a certain creator that I was watching, and I watched a lot of people trying to understand like how they were successful and stuff like that, really trying to study the game. And there was a notable creator. His name was, I think it was Carl Ramir. And no, it wasn't Carl. It was Carl Ramir. In 2020, he was a streamer, messing around with a handgun, thought it was unloaded, and fired a round into the setup live. He was definitely drinking at the time. He was instantly banned by Twitch and dropped by his org. At the time was Soar Games. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's capital S, lowercase OA, capital R Gaming. That became one of the cleanest precedents by Twitch. Zero tolerance vibe on firearms mixed with reckless behavior or intoxication. It is a completely different situation, but I mean, I found this clip right here. I don't know if I'm able to push this out here or not. It's on YouTube. It's been on YouTube for 5 years. I'm assuming it's okay. So the guy is obviously intoxicated. He got his little Coors Light. Got money. And then we also have another situation where he's doing a threat. Now, this is a real gun. This is not a replica. This is not a fake, obviously. And I don't know. Did Hasan cock it back? I can't remember.
Say I ain't got money.
Yeah, not a good look. Not a good look at all. And imagine if there was someone right next to that room, you know. Imagine if he was being really stupid about it, and because obviously he didn't think there was anything in it. He thought it was unloaded, and it was loaded. And he got permabanned for this. And immediately, he's calibrating what the fuck is happening.
God damn.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he just realized he's fucked up. I feel bad for this guy because he was, I didn't know him like, I didn't watch the streams that often or anything like that, but it was a situation where it was like, I'm just learning to get on Twitch and try to do this. Like, I didn't understand OBS or anything like that. And it was crazy to see something like that happen. And now we have a situation with the most beloved, it seems like the golden goose. Twitch loves Hasan. It seems like they don't punish him much at all. And it's just hypocrisy. It really is, man.
Not going to get banned for calling Frogan fat for 2 weeks on YouTube. It's a
I mean, that's kind of crazy.
dishonest comparison, and everybody knows it. Brandishing it as a threat, I think, is very different.
I think the worst part on top of this, not just that he's threatening someone with a gun, it's perceived to be a gun, right? And when it's all cut out, of, you know, clipped up and stuff like that, a lot of people aren't going to know it's not a real gun if they don't get that information. But they went after the wrong guy. It's like, you're going to dox someone, you're going to try to bully someone. As a creator, I don't give a fuck about that. You know, it's your chat. People want to act up and be edgy or stupid or whatever it might be. Put them in their place. I don't give a fuck. But it does seem like we don't have a crystal clear understanding of how the moderation, how the overall punishment and understanding of the TOS and the rules and how they're applied. It doesn't seem to be a firm, even fist.
Which is clearly what happened. But it is Saturday, so if Hasan gets banned, it'll be tomorrow.
That's true, because you know, apparently the Twitch moderation team doesn't work on weekends.
This fucking dude.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it, man. This was obviously Baldy's Clips, Asmongold's Clips. Go give him a like. Go give him a sub if you want to. It was a good clip, man. He's got great editors over there. But yeah, that's the situation. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. I mean, I'm not. I'm happy no one got hurt. You know, there was no live rounds that went off in this situation or anything like that. It's a fake gun. But like, I really want Twitch to come out and address something, kind of like set a precedent going forward. Like, are we allowed to have airsoft guns and fake guns and act and threaten people like that, or are we not able to do that? You know, let's just be reasonable at a certain point, because there's a lot of beef and rap beef and you know, a lot of beef that gets milked online and videos and stuff like that. You know, I love hip hop, and I'm a, you know, I've always been interested in hip hop in general. But you know, I think if you allow this on Twitch, this could escalate, and you could have situations that pop off. Like I've seen a lot of Instagram lives where people pop off, and I don't think Twitch wants that to ever happen. So I don't know. Just food for thought. You know, my name is Trey Swish. This is the Ether. Hit that like button to help push this video out to more people. Help support me. It's easy as a click. You know, comment down below with your take on it. You know, I don't have like a really solid take on this because there's a lot of nuance in it. But you know, clearly it seems like there is some things that Twitch has not applied evenly, obviously. So, but it will be interesting to see how this unravels, because this is going to create a lot of dialogue, and that's good for the overall internet, you know, area. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.